Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with On Point Politics, and today we're going to be looking at the Electoral College map and giving you guys another update on my latest margins. And so we see here in the RCP aggregate, Donald Trump leads by 4 percentage points in the three-way matchup. We could see Donald Trump is up there at 4 percentage points leading in the RCP. Trump has basically been kind of maintaining whatever he's had, but Biden has just completely dipped in the polling, while Kennedy's kind of have a little bit of a mini surge. He's gained about 2 points, but a lot of questionable things about him have recently come out, and I think he's going to probably dip in support. However, I don't think that's necessarily going to transfer over to Biden. I think he's probably going to carry some support over to Donald Trump. We will see that in the next coming days. We see here that President Biden has a 38.9% approval rating. It was also pretty interesting. I saw a CNN screen of presidents who were trailing before and after the debate, and all of the presidents were Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, H.W. Bush, and Donald Trump. And now Joe Biden is next in that list. And more than likely, Joe Biden, because of that, will probably end up losing 2024. And that's what my model shows as of right now. We see a lot of new polling data. Nevada, a plus 10 poll out of the state of Nevada. And my margin for Nevada is plus 11. So the polling data right now even shows that Donald Trump is actually doing extremely well. He is doing ridiculously well right now because of what is going on, and the full field has Trump plus 9. We see that there. We even see Biden's chances of dropping out of the presidency are skyrocketing after yesterday. Kamala Harris has even taken over Biden in some of the betting odds right now, which is like completely crazy, the fact that that's even happened. And we see, a lot of new polls. We see there was a very left-leaning pollster that's pre-debate with Biden up by 1 in Pennsylvania. We see a lot of polling data. CNN has Trump up by 6 points. And funny enough, all the other candidates actually do slightly better, but really, Trump plus 5 is not where you want to be in terms of polling against Donald Trump, or even Trump plus 2 for the matter. And so we're going to be looking at the new margins for each state as of right now. And so for the safe Republican states, we have, Utah, Idaho, a lot of the Great Plains, the Dakotas, Nebraska, except the 2nd Congressional District, Alaska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia. We also have the state of South Carolina. And now we can actually add more states into this column. We can add the state of Texas, which comes in at 17.4 percentage points for the former president. Donald Trump only won the state by 5.5 last time around. But with Hispanic, support shifting to Donald Trump's column and the border crisis, it seems like Donald Trump is going to be projected to win the state of Texas fairly easily. We see in the state of Florida, Donald Trump is up by 16 percentage points as of right now. We clearly see that transpiring in the state of Florida. We see in the state of Ohio, Donald Trump is up by 18.8 percentage points. And we see the same exact margin in the state of Iowa at 18.8 percentage points. Funny enough, Iowa, a very accurate pollster from Ann Seltzer, actually has Trump up by 18 points. And this basically runs out to 19. So we are even modeling similar results to very accurate pollsters from way back when. We see, Maine 2nd is going to be in the safe column. We even see states like California just coming at 15 points for incumbent President Biden. That's abysmal polling numbers for Joe Biden in the state of California. That's going to be in that column there. We also have Maine's 1st being, actually not even in the safe column. Vermont is coming in at 25 points for Biden. We have Massachusetts at just 21.8% for Biden. And we have Maryland at just 19.3 percentage points for the incumbent president. Those are abysmal polling numbers there. And we have the state of D.C. at around 73 percentage points for Joe Biden, giving him just 81 electoral safe college votes. And so now, going into the closer states, we'll actually see here, if we pull up the results, Joe Biden barely won Wisconsin, Georgia, and Arizona last time around, and he won the popular vote by 4.5. And our model has Donald Trump up by 7.4 percentage points based off of approval ratings, historical polling errors, primary turnout. Looking at all those things, we see Donald Trump is more than likely going to win by 7.5. Right now, it's exactly around 7.4%. And so in the state of Wisconsin, we see Donald Trump leads there by 9.5%. We actually conducted a poll there that has Trump up by 1 in the state. And what's pretty interesting is that historical polling errors in the state of Wisconsin tend to be, 6 to 7 points in favor of Joe Biden. So if you were to apply that to that poll, you would see around a 7 or 8 point victory for the former president. So that's not that far off from our estimated 9.5 point margin for the former president. So we're going to be putting that in the likely Republican column. In the state of Georgia, even Biden's own internal polling has the state at like plus 10.5. And we see our forecast has it at 11.3% for Donald Trump as of right now, putting that state in the likely Republican column. In the state of Arizona, that state, the polling data has essentially been outside the margin of error for Joe Biden. And we see that the estimated vote share is going to be plus 10 for Trump in the state of Arizona, giving him a likely categorization in the state. In the state of North Carolina, Donald Trump leads by 12.5 percentage points. He won the state by 1.3. That is exactly an 11.2 percentage point shift, which is roughly how the popular vote roughly is going to end up going. The popular vote is going to be a little bit more than that. But we want to see once again that the state of North Carolina is trending another half a point to the left once again this cycle. Now, going into more likely Republican states, we have the state of Nevada, which comes in at 11 points for Donald Trump. Like I said earlier, that's going to be in the likely Republican column as of right now for the former president. This state is very, very interesting because we see this state, with Hispanic and African American voters, and as well as the white working class population, since all those states are shifting to the right this cycle, I'm not surprised to see the state in this column. The state of Michigan comes in at 8.3 percentage points. Donald Trump gaining with some African American voters and white working class voters. The Teamsters Union president is likely to be at the RNC and will probably give Donald Trump an endorsement. That explains why you see Donald Trump winning so big in these states, because a lot of that union support is just not going to the Democrats. And they're a pretty big coalition in states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. In the state of Pennsylvania, 9.5 points, just similar to Wisconsin. We see that's roughly around there as well. Nebraska's second, comes in at 8.3 percentage points for Donald Trump. This district has been redone to be more favorable to Republicans. And because of that, we will probably see Donald Trump win this very easily next time around. Now, for the likely Democrat states, we have the state of Washington at just 6.7 percentage points for Joe Biden. This is way closer than the 19-point victory he posted in the previous cycle, and this could mostly be explained to a lot of college-educated voters shifting to the former president. The only reason why the state is not necessarily competitive is because the white vote is not shifting as much as it really would be if we had a sort of 2012, 2016-esque kind of environment. The state of Illinois comes in at 5.2 percentage points for Joe Biden, just only above 5 points. That's a 12-point shift away from 2020 when Joe Biden won the state by 17 percentage points last time around. In the state of Hawaii, we have Joe Biden only winning the state by 9.4 percentage points. Only 9.4%. That is a huge decrease in support from the last cycle. Biden won this state by 29.5. So the fact that it has now gone under 10 points in our official forecast is absolutely mind-blowing for Joe Biden. This is abysmal numbers for him right now. And we see in the state of New York, Biden's only up by 7 in a state like New York. That is very fascinating to see that occur. Only 7 points in the state of New York, where he won by just 23 points last time. Again, a state with a lot of African American support, Hispanic support, groups that Donald Trump's been improving with during the cycle. And after that presidential debate, I'm not surprised to see the state of New York just be a 7-point victory. In the state of Connecticut, we have Biden at just 8 points. Rhode Island, 8.4 percentage points. Delaware, only 6.4%. I guarantee you, if Biden was not the nominee this cycle, this state would 100% be a competitive state. We would probably even see the state possibly flip to Donald Trump's column if Biden was not the nominee. Biden is only polling at 6.4% in the state. And when you look at polling data, for the most part, Joe Biden performs better than all the possible Democrat replacements. I will be doing a video on a possible Harris matchup since she seems to be the most likely replacement for Joe Biden. We even see that is pretty much it except for Maine's first, which actually, if we go to Maine's first, it's a 9.8 percentage point victory for Joe Biden. And now, for the lean Republican states, we have Minnesota at 3.8% for Donald Trump. That seems like a large victory, but if you actually look at it, it's not that crazy because the polling data shows Donald Trump up by about a point in the state. The polls here were wrong, like by about 2 points in favor of Biden. So that necessarily wouldn't be the craziest thing to see. Maine at large comes in at 2.7% for Donald Trump as of right now. We see the state of Virginia at 2 points for Donald Trump there. And we see in the state of New Hampshire, Donald Trump comes in at 2.8 percentage points, similar to the state of Virginia. You know, even New Hampshire had a very accurate pollster the other day come out that has Donald Trump up by 2 points. We have him up by 3. So again, all of our modeling and our results are very similar to what accurate pollsters out of states like Iowa and New Hampshire are showing in the Electoral College. Now, for the lean Democrat states, we have Oregon at just 4.7 percentage points for Joe Biden. This is, you know, another state with a big city like Portland, a lot of BLM-esque type people, big Antifa state, and we see the state voted, you know, for Joe Biden by 16 points last time around. So that's a really big shift to the right compared to the previous cycle. Colorado at just 3.3 percentage points for Joe Biden. Donald Trump's going to have to win the popular vote by about 10 to even actually get close to the state. And we see in the state of New Jersey, we have an estimation of about 2.7 percentage points for Joe Biden here. His lead has decreased from the last video, and so that's going to be relatively competitive there. And the final state on the map is New Mexico at just 0.6 percentage points for Donald Trump. Now, you may see, wait, why is New Mexico till, but Minnesota's a 4-point win? It's because there is a decent amount of liberals in the city of Albuquerque, in the state of New Mexico. However, Donald Trump is winning the popular vote by such a big amount right now that I kind of find it really difficult to see Donald Trump actually, you know, not winning the state. And so that's why the state is currently going into the tilt Republican column as of right now. If you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want more content just like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.